Is this guy like retarded? Dude, no wonder he went through and like systematically fucking deleted all of these fucking videos. Holy shit.
And it doesn't get any better. Crexa claimed that she had confronted Cameron once the stream was over and explained how he had made her feel uncomfortable. Cameron responds by telling her it was a joke and that she's overreacting and to go sleep on the couch. Eventually, Cameron goes into the living room to chastise Crexa for not forgiving him. She begins recording this encounter, which I'll let speak for itself for the most part.
My last chance. What the fuck does that mean? I don't want to be threatened. Listen.
Yeah, it's doing well. There's like a couple points from this video that I need, but I just want to verify that they're real and obviously grab timestamps. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's get to this. So this is on Internet Archive, obviously. Might have to refresh to get it to come up. Change the title from drama stream. I don't know if there's any other drama I really want to cover. So this video, I don't know if this is going to be turned into a segment, so I'll do an intro anyways. I don't even know if I want this. This is like another hour plus long video. I don't know if this is going to be made into a segment. Probably not, but I'll do an intro regardless. This video was uploaded in, I believe, May. If the refresh will work, we'll be able to see. And Cameron I've been told, I've been forwarded information that Cameron lies in it. So I figured, you know, to cover all my, you know, cross all my T's, dot all my I's, whatever the fuck, I figured we could go through this video. Yes, on March 31st. This is about a month after his response video, it looks like. I figured we'd go through this, do a bit of a research stream. Obviously, it's going to get significantly more boring now if you guys don't, you know, particularly care about CameronF305 and his drama and stuff like that. I'm obviously insanely invested. I'm making a video about this guy, right? So I care. I'm going to look into this. I was going to look at it off stream regardless. I'm going to look at it on stream now. Because I figured if I'm going to be, you know, sat here for an hour plus, you know, taking notes, I might as well,
imagine yourself in the following.
Jesus, I might as well, you know, stream it to you guys. Hopefully there's some entertainment to be had about this. All right. To try to leech some more viewers, I'll do another tag in the Discord. Go ahead and watch this.
Situation.
I'm soliciting you for sex.
Okay, Naz. We know who Naz is. I'm actually in contact with Naz. So, curious what he's going to have to say about Naz.
After my last video, you might be shocked by the title. However, I'm not. After everything that has happened over the past few years with this community, especially over the past few months, I knew something like this would have to be made eventually. Originally, I was going to fully leave this on someone else, but after seeing the response made by these people, of which who I did not expect to be the ones making the response, I knew this had to be done. And after some guidance from some good friends and people I trust, I decided that this was the move to make. Like I said earlier, I did foresee myself making a response. I just didn't expect this group of people, or this person, to be the one making it. Either way, the plan still worked. Everything came to fruition.
Like, he's acting like he's some fucking mastermind. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. Okay, so the preface. Obviously, what I'm more interested in is the hour-long part. Talks about Crexa, right? That's obviously what I care about. I believe there is a call. Yeah, the call. This is a call with Jelly. Yeah, all right. Let's get it.
And it was worse than I could have ever imagined. Hey guys.
I don't know if I can fix the buffering. This
Cameron
is
here.
Internet Archive.
This video
so.
tonally will not be nearly as serious as my last video. However, we still will be having a few serious discussions. Either way, there was a response video made to my last video called...
When does this take place in the timeline? This is a month after his initial response video. So last year of March, and his initial response video was, I have the date. I can grab that for you. The initial response video was posted on the 23rd of February. This is the 31st of March, so about a month and a week after his response video. And this is an hour-and-a-half long video.
Called The Lies of CameronF305.
I wonder if that video is still around. I don't know. The Lies of CameronF305. Carol Queeman, awesome. I'm guessing it's all taken down. Harley TBS gets even scummier, featuring CameronF305. Okay, well, I don't know if I care about that. Let's keep going.
Beautiful thumbnail, by the way. I love the devil horns. It really helps your case.
Bruh.
W buffering.
This video was uploaded by a user named Maddie Nolan, and on the surface it looks innocent enough, but once you dig a little deeper to who this person is and their connections with a certain community, you will see a history of lies, manipulation, and absolute insanity.
Okay, are they gonna... Are you going to address the criticisms that they levy to you? Maybe? Are you gonna address those? Because you can just poison the well and attack their character. But if you're not going to address the actual criticisms they levy, I guess, you know, what's the point? Pretty useless, right? Useless video if you're just going to attack the character rather than the points.
This person, Maddie Nolan, is a moderator and higher up of a subreddit turned community known as Arosana, a community made for discussion of Yandere Simulator, sans the censorship of its creator. We'll see how true that is. And before we get into the insanity of the community, let's first dig into this video. Then I'm gonna go into some of the claims made in this video. Keyword some of, this is because most of them are easily debunked by watching my last video, because there is a lot of cut context, which we will get into in a moment. Lastly, we're gonna go into who is behind this video, and the absolutely horrific degeneracy and hypocrisy that plagues the community associated with her. Let's get right in.
Can a community be hypocritical? I mean, whatever.
Unlike Maddie, her overlord, and his community, I can actually take some criticism. So before we get into how awful this video is, I'm gonna go over the critiques that I think were fair and that I'm going to take on the chin. First critique that I'll completely take on the chin is me leaving out the call between me and And that was put in that Google Drive. I actually didn't really want to leave this out. It's why I mentioned it briefly. However, the reason I didn't cover it has to do with the context behind the call, ironically. And wanted discussion of our situation to be as short and sweet as possible because, for one reason, in private she wasn't completely honest with people. But also, Anne was worried about people making certain reports and assumptions based on the call, despite the fact it's pretty easy to explain, plus there was potential manipulation and poisoning the well related to the call. I don't know why they are after you and I. You've said it a million times.
I'm not being sexually abused. I just want to go fishing and hang out with Austin. But now I gotta sit around my house all day. And I can't leave because what if they show up and I'm not home and then they freak out about stuff because they're always calling in. People are always calling in saying something new. So I bet they have a huge file on me that I'm like a flight risk and stuff because of all the reports they get. But I'm not, and I don't want to get in any trouble for anything. I don't know what to do. I'm not being abused.
However, now I will be discussing the call in this video, and I'll put the timestamp on screen if you're interested in that right now. But yeah, fair point. Second point I want to fully take on the chin is me cutting the ending of the clip of me and Crex streaming together.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's write this down. Right. This is one of the things I wanted to look at more so. Let's see.
The cut that was just made was not made by me. That is how Cameron published his video.
Now, the intention of me showing that in the first place was to show the timestamps.
See that and her face.
And what was going on beforehand, to show the inconsistencies and hypocrisies within Crex's story based on what happens later on in that same stream.
What about, how is that hypocrite? What? Huh? What? What? Huh? The fuck? Okay.
With the timestamp visible, as well as my side of the story from my perspective and my point of view. In the original edit, there was no cutoff. However, a friend of mine suggested that for two reasons it should be cut off. Number one, for time's sake, because the video was getting really long. Regardless, in the video, after I...
And, okay. Jesus Christ. All right. W response. W.
Still own that what I did there was dumb and it was a breach of personal space and boundaries and it was wrong of me. And I still feel bad about it. That hasn't changed. I get why she felt that way and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. The point was to show the hypocrisy within the story, and I think I did that well as my side of the story. Yeah, I did something dumb and stupid, but it was not nearly as violent and as crazy as she was making it out to be. I feel like I should have...
Was not nearly as violent and as crazy as she was making it out to be. Okay. Let's add that quote to the notes. I was not nearly as violent as she made me out to be. W Riz, dude. This guy's epic.
I've shown it later on with the context of my full story because it would have easily shown my side. But hindsight is 20/20, and like I said, that was a fair point. Next, I want to agree that, yeah, me bringing up the fact that PTSD symptoms usually develop within 3 months is kind of a moot point to bring up in that context because it says within.
Usually. Not always, not have to, usually begin within. Not after, within 3 months of the traumatic event.
Like I had said in my video, I feel bad about the situation, don't get me wrong. I just highly doubt that within the hour, I was all of a sudden a trigger, like she claimed. I personally doubt that, because what's the statistical chance of at any point for a trigger to develop from the scale of 0?
Also, he doesn't even show the full choking clip. He doesn't even show the full choking clip in this video. So he explains why he doesn't show it. He lies about his reasoning for not showing it, and then he still doesn't show the full clip.
0 seconds to 3 months for it to be within the first hour. Pretty improbable. That's of course looking at it at face value. Of course, there's a lot of other things that go into it. I'm not trying to downplay that. The other point I was making was this. I didn't even know she had PTSD. She had alluded in the past to thinking that she had PTSD, and she alluded to having mental health issues that I was willing to be there for her on. If I would have known that was gonna trigger her or hurt her in any way, I would have obviously never done that.
Over what though? What made you do that? I said we should settle this at some point.
And I need to be left alone when I say leave me alone. And if you don't, that triggers me, and I told you that 5 times.
No, you never used the words PTSD until tonight, by the way.
Shit.
So
anxiety, PTSD, whatever you want to say.
Anxiety.
Even if you don't have like diagnosed PTSD, right? let's say you got hit in the face as a kid with like a ball or something, and then you're just kind of like flinchy if people like move too quick near your face. Like that doesn't have to be traditional PTSD for you to be upset by someone when they're like, hey, I get upset by, moving quickly near my face. I'm just going to, I freak the fuck out if you do that. And then you do that. And then they're like, dude, I have PTSD over that. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm giving Krexa like an insane amount of good faith here, to be fair. But like this could easily be her shorthanding the term PTSD and not saying that this is a diagnosed PTSD thing, right? This does not have to be a diagnosed PTSD thing. This could definitely be like some sort of shorthand where, she's referencing like just like being generally nervous around these sorts of encounters or dislike of these sorts of encounters, right? I feel like he's taking it a little too literally, but again, I am obviously, I'm being insanely good faith to Krexa in there, so take that as you will, I suppose.
Society is very different from PTSD.
If I would have known what her triggers were, if she would have actually outlined them to me beforehand, I either A, if her triggers are what she says they are now, would have never let her in, or B, I would avoid anything that would upset her, like any sane person would. Because I really did care about her. I wanted everything to go smoothly. Gonna add this little note here after having a friend proof watch this. Pause if you're interested. It sucks that things happened the way they did. Now, with my hindsight now, I'm glad the friendship is over. I just wish a person would. Because I really did care about her. I wanted everything to go smoothly. Gonna add this.
Since Krexa is a known liar, isn't it fair to assume she is lying about her mental illness? I personally don't think she is lying after having lived with her. I think she has a lot of deep-rooted issues that are untreated and undiagnosed. They are much worse than she had portrayed them.
This little note here after having a friend proof watch this. Pause if you're interested. It sucks that things happened the way they did. Now, with my hindsight now, I'm glad the friendship is over. I just wish it could have happened in a civil manner. But either way, yeah, I agree. That point could be considered moot, and I'll take the heat for it. Now, the last point of criticism that I will absolutely take on the chin was me saying that calm, gentle, but stern were contradicting emotions. That was dumb.
So we're gonna read the 3 words he has highlighted. Calm, gentle, but stern.
The original idea behind the point was to show the difference of the description of her emotions before talking to me after that event. Kind of point out a contradiction, but that one was a dumb point and should have been left out. With all of that said, this does not mean that this video was good by any stretch of the imagination. Through the 44 minutes of this video, little if any attempt is made to actually listen to the points being made, and it is very clear. It is never talked about how Krexa contradicted herself constantly, several times more.
Yeah, a lot of the contradictions, right? Which at some point I stopped writing them down because it's like, I'm not gonna fucking put the contradictions in my video. I don't care about that, right? Obviously, I'm going to try to put things that are provable in the video rather than just like list the bumfuck number of contradictions that you claim. But a lot of them are not even contradictions. I don't know what he thinks the word or the term contradict means, because a lot of the contradictions are like not contradictions. She says the same thing twice, but like words that's slightly different. That's not what a contradiction is. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Are you winning, Mrow? Yes, I am. Very much so.
More than any he said, she said arguments.
I don't know. It's like I didn't really tell him no. I can't sit up here and call it rape. I didn't like. I did. I went along with it. Like, I want to make it very clear I'm not attracted to him. I never was. I never enjoyed any of it. Like.
Oh, really?
I mean, the only reason I don't talk about.
Does it wiggle? Fuck. Yeah, it does. Okay, well, that crashed OBS. So, no more of that. No more of that. No more wiggling. Okay? No more wiggling. All right? No more of that, okay?
About it is because A, I don't want anyone to know what happened and that I consented to it, and B, it wasn't like forcible rape, so I don't.
It is never talked about how Krexa tried to coerce a minor into a sexual situation, which I'm going to play the clip again because y'all like to ignore it.
If you have this evidence, that's it. If you don't have this evidence, go get it. I don't know. Make them.
Coerce a minor into, but you still did it. What are you talking about? What? Okay, like, yeah, this is bad, but you still went out of your way to try to have sex with her. Let's write that one down. That's an epic clip. I don't know if I'll use that, but. Something sexual. This is Krexa telling Jelly to get evidence of Cameron being a pedo. He criticizes this, but he's still tried to fuck Jelly when he and Krexa are the same age. So not sure what this means. What this means. Hi, Ryle. Smile. W. What's up, Ryle? Okay, the Holy War is going well, I presume.
Make up you're gonna do whatever, but get screenshots of him soliciting you for sex. Send that hard evidence.
What the fuck?
Message IDs. I don't know. Play it smart.
Okay.
And then you never, ever have
Okay, uncomfortably.
No, for the last portion.
Okay, whose word? Like, you actually did it, though. Huh? You actually did it, though. Yes, Krexa is in the wrong for doing that. That is bad that she did that, obviously. But you still tried to have sex with her. So, what is even your point here?
Of this video, Cameron really just sits on a phone call with Jane, who he wasn't supposed to have contact with.
So that was a fucking lie.
To try and I'm using air quotes, clear the air about what happened. Jane is an unreliable narrator at best.
I like to point this out. They criticized me in this video for using Anne's testimony, which has contradicted some things that she has said in private. Mind you, and I'm quoting her in her own words, that was during a time when she was having a severe manic episode and was going through a lot. Allie is the queen of contradictions at this point. You know what she said, what her biggest problem with the video was?
What?
She said, when he said that her allegations only came from a manic episode and tried to deflect everything else because of that, that pissed me off more than anything he said about me.
It did come from a manic episode. That was my words, not yours.
Exactly. You said it, not me.
I confess to you that I thought I might have BPD because of it. Like, I'm coming to these conclusions myself. You're not just pulling stuff out of your ass to make yourself look better. I'm the one who came to you and told you that.
And let's be real, you would not fucking let me get away with that, even if I wanted to.
Oh, absolutely not. If you tried to put any blame onto me, I would ruin you.
But they forget to mention how we talk about that in the video. And not to mention, they try to use that private testimony despite a lot of it being debunked and contradicted, except instead what they do is they use fake evidence that has already been proven fake by almost every party involved.
This isn't fake. Wait. This isn't fake. Wait. Is this guy like retarded? Dude, no wonder he went through and like systematically fucking deleted all of these fucking videos. Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude, like, okay, to be clear, these screenshots are of Jane or Jelly, whatever you want to call her, basically DMing Yandere Dev, saying, basically trying to, the way it was described to me is trying to cuck Cameron, which like, yeah, it's like, let me see if I actually probably have the screenshot closed. I can grab it. She described it as trying to cuck Cameron, which is like bizarre. All right, let me get these up on screen. We can read some of these. So I don't know how these originally got out. I don't know if they originally got out in some weird way. Let me hide chat. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier to see. All right, I don't know how these originally got out, but the story that I have been able to discern is Jelly had a Kiwi Farms account. She did not hide that it was her. She was pretty open about it being her, and she would post onto the Kiwi Farms thread, I believe, about Yandev. Oh, Kiwi Farms. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms is fine. They're not evil. I don't care. Use them as a source for whatever the fuck you want. Stop being gay, okay? But yeah, these do come from Kiwi Farms. At least that's how I found them, from Jelly posting them herself. So I don't know if this is Jelly. I don't know why Jelly's lying here. I don't know why Jelly's lying here. I don't know if Cameron is just believing her. I don't know if Cameron knows the truth, but 1000%, like, these, yeah, these are real. So let's see. He pressured me and I didn't like it. Even in the car, he was saying he felt bad because he actually raped me since I didn't want to. And I was like, no, it's fine. Because I was in his car and no one knew where I was. Like, I'm not going to piss him off. First meetup, nothing sexual. He had his hand on my thigh. I was like, hey, chill. And I called my boyfriend. Second meetup, he initiated sex because I owed it to him after we went out for food. I told him I didn't really want to, but agreed after he asked and asked and asked. Third time, motel. I thought I could have fun and do it myself that time, but he was too controlling and did things I didn't want him to, even when I was kicking and begging him to stop. Fourth time. Wanted to get food and officially end things between us because the last few times fuck with my head. He wouldn't let me go home until we made out and really hated kissing him because guys are bad kissers. I've been putting up with him for all the legal stuff he has been going on with Allie. I've been playing nice because he has a lot of info on me, so I need time to save up against him in case he tries anything. I have enough now that he won't do anything to me. Yandere Dev replies, saying, yeesh, sorry you had to experience all that. It's tough to see him like this, to see him as like a pathetic creep. He has so many bitches according to him. Why can't he bother one of those? Honestly, I started to hate him after he wouldn't let me go home. The resentment started building when I had to kiss him and just be taken home safely. Kind of felt like sexual assault, but I didn't want to call him that. He was just really, really pushy, and I didn't want to other than once in a motel. It's the only time that okay, you get the point, right? You get the point. These are real. These are real. I don't know. Am I able to even, like... Hold on, let me see. Here we go. I can just go to her account because I don't know how much, if I even want to leak any of this, to be fair. But no, these are confirmed to be real. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I'm comfortable leaking how I know these are real yet. But yeah, trust me when I say I do have definitive proof that these are real, okay? I don't know why he's claiming these are fake. There's a long list of DMs. These are not the only set of DMs. They go on for a while, okay? So no, these are 100% real. Can you prove they are real? Is challenged on them. What? Tell us. What am I able to tell? Okay. I mean, I'll read this. Okay. This is my side of the DMs. I say, I know you said you didn't want to chat, and if that's still the case, you don't have to respond. And I apologize for continuing to message you about this, but I've and many others have never seen these DMs before. Are they real? If so, why did you tell Dev you had sex with Cameron? Jelly replies, these are real. No evidence of anything, but here's the rundown. And then she sends about a paragraph of an explanation as to the content of the DMs, which I'm not going to read the content of it, but she does confirm that they're real. Which obviously she's saying here that they're not real. So, you know, if you trust Jelly, you trust Jelly. If you don't, you don't. I don't think these DMs are like particularly integral to anything.
To use it against me. So at best, they are just as quote-unquote guilty as I am for using Anne's private messages during a manic episode that she's later said wasn't what happened as proof, or at worst, they don't care and they just don't mind lying. I'll let you guys be the judge. Then it gets better. Y'all try to use Allie as a source for evidence when the proof against Allie has been the most consistent thing out of all of this.
Oh my God.
I really believe that's just the fear talking now that we're so close. There is nothing Alex can do to hurt you. You deserve to finish this, Jelly. Please believe me when I say you will feel so much immense relief once everyone sees him for what he really is. It'll help you so much. Womp womp.
God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your guy.
Anne has constantly said that Allie tried to manipulate her on multiple occasions, and in an interview from November was talking about it, and I saw it happen in real time. Anne had still trusted Allie in a way around this time and was unsure if she could trust me. However, in her own words, she had trouble getting anything on me. This turned into evidence being created against me, fake screenshots, pictures, etc.
Just some stuff about, like, conspiring that you are an abusive person.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Like, saying...
So they're trying to fake evidence against me. Have you been involved?
Yes.
Well, that's peachy.
Well, I'm coming clean.
Well, appreciated, but like, ouch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Personally, I don't really give a fuck about any of the Allie shit. I don't care. I wasn't around for it. I don't care about it. It's non-consequential to anything that I care about in terms of Cameron. I don't give a fuck.
Do they know that you're here?
No.
Do they know that I'm here, rather?
No.
Is that a lie?
Yes.
Okay. You don't feel under any pressure right now?
Extremely pressured.
To do what?
So, like...
I'm not trying to
hide stuff and be sneaky with Allie, because, like, I don't want to upset her. She was there for me, and then she wasn't there for me.
But y'all are still using her as proof? That's been the most consistent thing. She's never denied that. Allie is a chronic liar. I used to think she had good intentions, but she clearly does not. She is bad faith, she has tried to fake evidence, has provably and admittedly manipulated a child on multiple occasions, and is not trustworthy whatsoever. Getting back on track, to prove the whole Anne stuff, I will unfortunately have to use calls that Anne did not know I was recording in order to prove my point. It's not something I like doing, but I have been cornered and I have to take drastic measures. Because I've been backed into a corner by these lying, manipulative bastards who have harassed not only myself, but also my friends, family, fans, college, and potential clients. To the point where I no longer have a choice. But by the end of this video, you'll see how bad it is just on the surface. Since we won't even have enough time to go into how deep the rabbit hole goes. The scope of this video video was nowhere near big enough to document the amount of lies, abuse, harassment, and silencing that this community has done. I personally don't even think I'm well enough equipped to make that kind of video, nor do I want to. So, I'll be handing off all my data, all my information, all my leads to someone who I think would be much better equipped to handle something like this, and hopefully something comes out of that. Quite honestly, dealing with this community for the past 4 years has just been a hellspawn, and this will be my last time addressing it, and I actually mean that this time.
Let's go!
Before she even starts her video, her big preface is how bad my video actually is. I won't nitpick that too hard, I did the same thing in this video. However, I will point out that that's the same tactic they used in their community to dislike bomb my video.
There's a laughing emoji. Who cares? It's a laughing emoji. Who cares? What?
Which is targeted harassment. They were rallying people up to get alt accounts, to do everything they could to make sure my video had as many dislikes as possible.
But honestly, I don't see anything that you have
W.
changing any part of this video. You purposely cut a lot of videos and context, and you cherry-picked your evidence. If you wanted to talk about fallacies, we can go ahead and talk about cherry-picking.
She then goes on to hypocritically claim that I cherry-pick evidence, and I say hypocritically because that's something that she has done. For example, we were expecting a rebuttal like this to happen. In fact, when the video released, Jelly decided to make 8 comments. One was pro.
I had Cameron good, Cameron bad. I had Alex good, Alex bad. Crexa good, Crexa bad.
One was her true feelings on the situation, and then one was how she thought they wanted to hear her true feelings. We were expecting out of this some cherry-pick censorship, and that is what we got, just not in the way we expected. She decided to delete all comments and hide Jelly from her channel. However, she did decide to share 3 comments to the Arosana Discord server. They censored all of them.
That was my 8.
And
Why are you... Okay, Cameron is into CNC. He doesn't have a rape fetish. Does it... Hold on. Does this confirm his rape fetish? Because he's complaining that these were censored. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm writing this down. What is this? Like 1530? This might confirm Cameron's rape fetish. Hold on. Let's go!
cherry-picked 3 of them. The 3 comments that she decided to share and the Arosana Discord that she moderates were
Should we read some of those?
situation,
Let's
and
see.
then one was how she thought they wanted to hear her true feelings. We were expecting out of this some cherry-pick censorship, and that is what we got, just not in the way we expected. She decided to delete all comments and hide Jelly from her channel. However, she did decide to share 3 comments to the Arosana Discord server.
We were not dating. We were never official. He was obsessed with me, and I've been into a guy IRL my age. I had a boyfriend when I was first talking to Cameron. I considered it was somewhat of a work thing. Cameron is too red flaggy. Is Gamma awake? I need to DM Gamma. Gamma. I might have proven Cameron's rape fetish. Let's go!
They censored all of them.
That was my 8.
And cherry-picked 3 of them. The 3 comments that she decided to share and the Arosana Discord that she moderates were 3 comments that made me look bad. She fell into our trap and did exactly what we thought she was gonna do. Hey guys, sorry. Someone wanted to say hi. What do you have to say about us being 2 steps ahead to you-know-who's comment section?
That was really funny.
We are always 2 steps ahead.
Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't confirm the rape then.
To chickadee check yourself before you...
Releasing stuff that's gonna help out the other person.
Exactly. They thought for a second, they thought, oh, she's switching up. Nope. Maddie Nolan's preemptive rebuttal to this was that
fuck,
she
no
couldn't have
rape.
cherry-picked
No rape.
because one of the comments had something in it that makes
Sad.
Arosana look bad. Well, if you look at the same comment, it also has something against me in it, which was the comment of what you guys wanted to hear. And she outsmarted you guys. She wanted you guys to approve that so she could also call you guys out for sharing CP of her. Along with you also unconsensually sharing private information about her, something which got your Reddit account taken down, Maddie. Your bad behavior has led you to be outsmarted by a 17-year-old girl and a 19-year-old dude. 2 teenagers. Good job, Maddie. You then try to post proof that you only got 3 comment notifications for comments that you quote-unquote didn't approve of. Well, sorry, that's not how it works. If the comment is hidden, it doesn't show up in your notifications, first of all. And second of all, the only 3 comments that you showed were convenient to your narrative. Your reasoning for not quote-unquote approving these comments, even though we all know you deleted them, was to not get her any more attention, yet you posted it on a Discord server with a much bigger platform that's public, unprompted, and you gave her a bunch more attention, so that didn't work. Also, victim blaming. Maddie decided to
My bet is he's for it. I mean, dude, CNC is like one of the most common kinks, isn't it? Or is it for women? I forget. What is the most common kink? Okay. Doesn't seem to be insanely common. All right, yeah. But yeah, I mean, who cares if he's into like CNC? I don't give a fuck. As long, literally, I mean, I'll make fun of someone for their weird sexual shit if you want. I don't care. Like, it's funny, whatever. But literally, like, as long as it's like between 2 consenting adults, who gives a shit? Who fucking cares? Right? Like, yeah, cool. Make fun of it. I don't care. Like, it's funny, sure. But like, any serious criticisms, it speaks to his like moral character or whatever. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, it's fine as long as he's not actually raping women. I don't give a fuck.
share it anyways, and she said she deleted it so you didn't get any attention.
This is why they're in a Discord server giving me attention.
Exactly. They cherry picked the 3 negative comments against me that you made just so they could prove their point.
Just so the plot.
We've giggled about this because of how stupid it is. I also want to draw some attention to this screenshot, which is hilarious. She tries to show her hidden comment section, which doesn't show me anything. It just shows that you deleted the comments. They're not going to show up in your hidden after you delete the comments, which just proves my point further. And also, hidden comments don't show up in notifications. So you're lying. Stop lying. Also, if you think that's the only example of their censorship, you are dead wrong. As of recording this, over the past 24 hours, they have mass reported and suspended 2 Twitter accounts of people saying things that they didn't like. One of them was
I don't care.
It's kind of ironic because this is the same community that claims to be a place to discuss Yandere Simulator without the censorship of its creator. More on this later, but I just wanted to point it out real quick. But to circle back, it's really funny to hear her claim that I've been cherry picking when in this video, she's done nothing but cherry pick from my video and cherry pick counter evidence against me, and they've been continuing to do it since. I still can't get over the fact they fell for the trap. It's hilarious.
Sure it is, buddy.
Given that most of the points that she addresses in her video have already been addressed in my original video, I won't be addressing most of that because she takes it out of context and it was already addressed. So if you have any concerns from her video that you still want me to address that aren't in this video, go watch the original. They've already been addressed. They've just been bad faith lying and pretending like I never said anything or didn't address it.
This video is just a really hard watch. I'm going to cut some stuff for time.
Something right off the bat that just amazes me about this video is that without even watching or presenting any of my evidence, she already calls me a liar for the first statement before the jump cut happens where
There's a video coming along. It is coming along well. I don't know if I have clips on hand I can show. Do I? Maybe. I have like this clip.
And it doesn't get any better. Crexa claimed that she had confronted Cameron once the stream was over and explained how he had made her feel uncomfortable. Cameron responds by telling her it was a joke and that she's overreacting and to go sleep on the couch. Eventually, Cameron goes into the living room to chastise Crexa for not forgiving him. She begins recording this encounter, which I'll let speak for itself for the most part.
My last chance. What the fuck does that mean? I don't want to be threatened to listen.
Yeah, it's doing well. There's like a couple points from this video that I need, but I just want to verify that they're real and obviously grab timestamps. So that's what we're doing right now. Nothing particularly insane.
I show my initial evidence to back up what I am saying so that the viewer listens and hears the rest of what I have to say.
I did not abuse or assault Crexa.
We are already on to our first lie. I'm not going to address this one right now.
It's manipulation and poisoning the well. They're not even trying to hide it.
We are already on to lie number 2. Anne herself has confirmed that they were dating. There are multiple screenshots, which will be shown on screen and of course linked in the description below, showing that they considered themselves to be in a relationship together.
Right off the bat, just outright lie. We've both stated many, many times, even in the screenshots you've shown, that we weren't dating. Have we ever dated? Are we dating?
No.
And then you show some out of context conversations. Since those conversations were out of context, let me provide the context. What actually happened there was me and her were on a call during that time. We were in talks with a different YouTuber who was asking me a bit about what Ali MCC had been alleging against me. Obviously, Ann and I were pretty upset that Ali would say those things about us, and we were just trying to clear the air on those things. As we were talking, I was screenshotting some of our conversations and sending it to one of the YouTubers, and I had accidentally cropped and sent the wrong screenshot and quickly deleted it. Little did I know that this YouTuber had sent it to another YouTuber named Mrow. Mrow, while trying to grill Ann like really hard about things that never happened, decided to send the screenshot to Ann, which upset Ann. Now, for context, I had no idea that he even saw the screenshot. I thought that I deleted it in time. It was a misclick. She sent it to me and then blocked me, and that scared and like upset me because obviously I did not mean to do that and I felt awful about it. The screenshot itself made her look kind of bad, and I wasn't trying to make her look bad. And I felt awful, and I was trying to apologize and make amends. And I know, and as she said in the past, she has some history of switching up on people and saying some unsavory and sometimes dishonest things about them.
Yeah, especially after you pissed me off so bad and you made me look bad to a YouTuber, and that really pissed me off. I needed ammo.
I actually didn't.
So, of
I
course I'm
really
gonna
didn't.
record stuff out of context. I need to protect myself. I need to protect my image.
I didn't want her to do this to me, and I was worried. I didn't want her to get the wrong idea that I was somehow backstabbing her and trying to make her look bad. And she had later told me that she got scared that I was trying to backstab her and make her look bad. That was not the case. It was a misunderstanding, and that's why I'm apologizing in that Snapchat conversation. What you don't see in the screenshot with Mrow is everything that came before she switched her tone, because that context is cut and would absolutely corroborate my story. But I bet you in Mrow's video she won't show that. Well, maybe she will now that I've said something. Why include the full context where right before she was just fine? To be quite honest, we've been trying to take space, but you guys have made that impossible because you were causing problems in our real life with your harassment.
I don't want to talk to you because I'm with him and he doesn't want us talking, but I don't know what to do to prevent this stuff from happening.
I know, and that's completely respectable. He doesn't want you to.
Wait, isn't this about Cameron calling CPS on her? Hold on. Okay, so that's a lie. W. Let's go. Let's go.
Talking to any guy friends, it makes sense.
But yeah, keep trying to ship me with the girl who's literally
buffering. Try to ship me with a girl who's literally a what, Cameron? Jesus.
in a relationship right now, that definitely totally makes us both very comfortable. Just sickening, dude. This is one of the few points that I already addressed in my original video that I'm going to readdress here, just because she constantly claims it in her video, and it's something to point out that despite the fact that both parties have said we never dated, she's set on claiming this.
Rape, so I don't feel like I can come on here and say. I cannot believe we even have to address this. Violent rape is not the only type of rape. Sexual coercion is also sexual assault and rape. This occurs when someone does not enthusiastically consent. On screen, you can see an article that is also linked in the description below describing what sexual coercion is and how it works. Some examples of sexual coercion are harassment, guilt tripping, lies, threats to the relationship, blackmail, fear, intimidation, power imbalance, and using substances. Throughout most of Cameron's video, he clearly paints the picture that there is a power imbalance in the relationship. He is the one who is providing her housing, he is the one who is paying her bills at the time, and he is using her for Yandere Simulator.
What? Look, this is a silly point overall. I get the idea of a power imbalance, but the conclusion made is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't really hold it over her head. The only time I ever brought up the housing stuff was in relation to the water and electricity. I didn't tell her to turn off her setup or anything. I asked her to keep one light on at a time when she's in the kitchen and to turn it off when she leaves, which is something that everyone else had to do and everyone else was already doing, and just to cut down the hour-long showers to about like 30 minutes. That's it. I don't think those were big asks. And when I was challenged on them, of course I have to say something. I can't pay for that. That had nothing to do with sex, no matter what. And if she didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it with her. I didn't really care that much. And she said multiple times, contradicted herself multiple times, she did not say no. And that is only said during the part that she wanted to originally be cut out of that interview.
But then on his end, it's like, I really didn't tell him no. I don't know. I didn't really tell him no a lot whenever he would do that, because I didn't really tell him no. I don't know. It's like, I didn't really tell him no. I can't sit up here and call it rape. I went along with it. Like, the only reason I don't talk about it is because A, I don't want anyone to know it happened and that I consented to it, and B, it wasn't like forcible rape.
She couldn't call it rape. There was no coercive rape. She often initiated stuff like that.
Will prove to you all that I'm not lying about anything I'm saying. But if you have a recommendation for how I can answer this question, like in honesty, but also, I guess, with a little bit of dishonesty, because I just don't want people to know that we did that.
Absolutely.
He's just so fucking ugly.
I love this photo so much. I could not tell you why.
I feel like you're digging into a situation you have no idea about and that you're not getting the full story on, and just willfully ignoring what I've presented as counter evidence.
My point is that Cameron initially introduced that call originally as if it was a gotcha on Jelly. Catter says he uses this call as a gotcha on Jelly. Try and verify this. I'll write it down. I'll probably ask Gamma about it because Gamma knows a lot about the Jelly show.
Evidence of her literally initiating sexual conversations, and you heard her say it herself, so that's just out of the question. I never held it over her head for anything sexual. That's absolutely ridiculous. So tell me this, why are you so hard pressed on spreading false allegations even when the evidence does not back you up? At best, you are theorizing to a false conclusion, and at worst, you are bad faith lying.
There is a fetish which is called consensual non-consent.
Which has nothing to do with my video or her video or this context. The point is that Krexa was into a rape fetish that I was not into, and I didn't consent to, and I didn't want to do, and then Krexa accused me of having it when she was the one who admitted to having it in her document. I don't know why this even needs to be addressed. I don't know why it's brought up, but the only reason I'm addressing it here is because it's a good chunk of her video.
She then claims that I tried 40 times to get her to talk to me.
I'm not gonna play all of the audio Krexa has released in this video for a few reasons, mostly because time constraints. However, they are linked in the description below under the link for Krexa's statement. I encourage you to go listen to these recordings. I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, he definitely badgered her for a response. Even in the audio clips that are in this video, you can hear him bothering her, won't walk away, won't leave her alone, and a lot of silence has been cut out because he just lingers near her. I fully believe that he did try to get her to talk to him 40 times.
I know I said that there were certain parts I just wasn't going to cover because they were already covered in my video, but this one particularly really pissed me off because it's so clear that she is trying to change the context of what happened. I am a very anxious person. I don't like conflict in my...
Dude. What? Okay. What are we doing here?
my house. I don't like conflict with my friends. I don't like weird gray areas. I don't like lack of communication. It's something I struggle with. It's something I work on and I'm still working on. I wanted to diffuse the situation. I was calm. I wanted to fix things. I felt bad. And yeah, I agree. In hindsight, I should have initially left her alone. There's no doubt about that. It's so clear that she's trying to change the context of the situation, and it's so bad faith and obvious. Another thing is she tries to claim that I was lingering around, which also isn't true. I left because I was uncomfortable out there and I was extremely anxious. I didn't want to make things worse. Just more bad faith lying. This one just...
Dude, okay, hold on. I feel like I gotta rewatch that. What is he saying? Yes, Napoleon. This is a video I haven't watched yet. He's deleted this video. So this is on Internet Archive or Wayback Machine, whatever you want to call it. And apparently he lies in this one, which again, shocker. Wonder why he removed it. Ah, hee hee hee. No, W Cameron. But yeah, we did listen, Napoleon. We did some drama earlier in the stream, like 30 minutes to an hour of it. All right, if you want to rewind and look at that instead. All right, you little bitch. Okay, if you'd prefer that to this, go ahead. All right, asshole. Fuck you.
Not gonna play all of...
So I was too rude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for showing up. I love you. Okay, I'm sorry.
The audio Crexa has released in this video for a few reasons, mostly because time constraints. However, they are linked in the description below under the link for Crexa's statement. I encourage you to go listen to these recordings. I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, he definitely badgered her for a response. Even in the audio clips that are in this video, you can hear him bothering her, won't walk away, won't leave her alone, and a lot of silence has been cut out because he just lingers near her. I fully believe that he did try to get her to talk to him 40 times.
I know I said that there were certain parts I just wasn't going to cover because they were already covered in my video, but this one particularly really pissed me off because it's so clear that she is trying to change the context of what happened. I am a very anxious person.
Trying to change the context. What does that even mean? What is he saying? Talks about the Crex audio, says he's anxious and doesn't like conflict. You're perpetuating the conflict. Like, dude. Hold on. Where's the full clip I have of this? This? This is him saying that he's like trying to avoid conflict.
My last chance. What the fuck does that mean? I don't want to be threatened to be listened. What the fuck? No. Just leave me alone. What the fuck?
Don't respond to me. Just relax. Ease the nerves. I'm gonna go. But relax. I didn't mean you harm. I apologize for how I made you feel. I apologize for getting snappy at you earlier. I wasn't trying to deal with that. I wasn't thinking about it.
You were
It was no malintent. There was no malintent. I just don't want you to be anxious or upset or nervous.
I'm extremely anxious now.
Excuse me, and I didn't want
I want you to leave me alone. Please just leave me alone.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you alone.
Right now. Go.
You don't control me, okay?
You don't control me. This is my house. You don't control me. This is my house. You do what I say. This isn't, listen, okay, guys? This is correct conduct. This is W conduct. This is what you want to be doing, okay? This is what you want to be doing. This is avoiding conflict. That's what this is. This is avoiding conflict. W conflict avoider.
I don't like conflict in my house. I don't like conflict with my friends. I don't like weird gray areas. I don't like lack of communication. It's something I struggle with. It's something I work on, and I'm still working on. I wanted to diffuse the situation. I was calm. I wanted to fix things. I felt bad. And yeah, I agree. In hindsight, I should have initially left her alone. There's no doubt about that. It's so clear that she's trying to change the context of the situation, and it's so bad faith and obvious. Another thing is she tries to claim that I was lingering around, which also isn't true. I left because I was uncomfortable out there, and I was extremely anxious. I didn't want—
Now he's straw man. I don't know if I'm going to include this because I don't want my video to be full of fucking nitpicks because I feel like people would just get tired of that and click off. He's 1000% straw manning right now. If you look throughout the entirety of the calls, you are 1000% lingering around her, hovering over her, staying around her when she's actively telling you to leave her alone. This is so retarded. He is 1000% straw manning what that person's point was. I don't even know if their video is good. It's taken down. I can't watch it at this point. But yeah, like this is a 1,000,000% a straw man. This guy's retarded.
Want to make things worse. Just more bad faith lying. This one—
No, Napoleon, this guy does not know what bad faith means. He thought Max Striker, he posted a clip onto Twitter and then got blacked. Fuck, Freudian slip. Fuck. He got blocked. And he talked about it on stream, and it's like, this guy's a bad faith actor, and it's like Max posted a credible lie that Cameron had done, and it's like, dude, you're retarded. I mean, it's obvious what he's trying to do. He's trying to like perform to an audience of like retards who aren't going to look into anything, right? It's the same thing. Like if I were to tell you guys like one of my detractors was bad faith, right, and they weren't really bad faith, like how many of you are really going to look into it? You know, how many of you guys are really going to look into what I'm saying about someone who's shitting on me? Right? I don't like shit like that. That's part of the reason, unironically, when I was talking about Starbased or Paragon. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep my criticisms like super fair and not go overboard, because he is like a detractor. He does not like me and he's been talking shit, right? And he's trying to go against me or whatever the fuck. I don't want to be bad faith to a detractor because I feel like even if you guys don't notice it, right? Even if you guys don't understand it, or see it or witness it or whatever, I feel like that's just like a scummy move to do because none of you guys are going to look into it. The amount of people that are going to look in and verify what a streamer says or a content creator says, a video essay says, whatever, is astronomically low. So it's pretty obvious what he's doing. He's just trying to lie to his audience because how many of them are going to look into it? I think out of all of the streams that I've done, and granted, I'm like a fucking 20 viewer Andy. I'm not the upper echelon of things, but like only one person's been willing to get into a call with me, right? And it was some random girl who I don't even think was like a particular, you know, extreme fan of Cameron or anything. So yeah, he's just trying to lie to his audience. He's trying to manipulate, might be a bit of a strong way to put it, but yeah, manipulate them into, you know, believing what he's lying about, pretty much. To put it short and sweet. Got a video gonna play? 28 minutes.
I'm just upset.
There we go.
She mentioned how calm I kept my voice when speaking to her.
So this is going to seem a little off topic at first, but I promise this ties back in. So a lot of people have probably seen and heard of the Gabby Petito case. In the Gabby Petito case, Brian Laundrie would do the exact same thing. He would egg her on, gaslight her, finally get her to the point of breaking. And then when the cops finally did show up, he would act calm, cool, collected, have a very even tone, very matter-of-fact speaking term, and make sure that she always remained stressed, anxious, and high energy. Cameron does the exact same thing.
Alex Jones, tinfoil hat level conspiracy.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's not even that extreme of a thing to say. Again, like I don't want to nitpick in my video, so a lot of this I'm not going to write down, but I'll like give commentary while I'm streaming. Like that's not that extreme. Like yeah, you probably were relatively like yeah, you kind of crazy made her. That's not that insane of a take. There's like relatively, you know, fruitful evidence or whatever the fuck to prove that you did. I don't. This is This guy sucks, dude.
With you, I'm kind of retarded.
It is so bad. They try to promote this theory
Arsler.
that I was loud and aggressive and screaming until authority figures came by where I maintained a calm voice, which is hilarious because notice how in all of Crex's recordings where I didn't know that I was being recorded, I still stayed in a calm voice. Because if I was behind the scenes screaming and abusive and rude, you would hear that in the recordings. But the thing is, you don't. Her recordings don't show that. It's not there. I didn't know I was being recorded, and yet I still kept a calm voice. So your little game theory there holds no weight, and it's not backed up by any evidence.
I'm kind of retarded.
You also refuse to include the call that you mentioned, and you will hear no screaming from me. You will hear me raise my voice a bit, but that's because there is a group of people in there, like, essentially throwing tomatoes at me. You want me to just to sit there and be like, this is fine? You want me to just accept abuse? Is that what you want? I'm sure that's exactly what you want. Deal with it and not say anything. But if I say something that you dislike, you have every right to scream at me. No, almost everyone in that call was extremely unhinged.
It's like none of these people have genuine relationships. Yeah. I mean, I have to agree with you. I don't think it's everyone. I think it's the Ethan shit, honestly. I mean, I know a lot of people enjoy the Ethan drama and think it's entertaining or whatever, but I'm kind of sit here just watching it like, this guy fucking blows. This guy sucks, you know? I don't know. It's just kind of, it kind of sucks. I wish, like, I mean, I look back at like older commentary content and it just seems so much better, so much more, I want to say like so much more real and authentic. That sounds kind of gay, but for lack of a better term, yeah. Like commentary shit from like a year or 2 or 3 ago, it just seems so much fucking better than what we have now. It's like Nicholas Diorio's being like a fucking retard on Twitter and mass blocking people who he doesn't like. He's going on to his videos and like being extraordinarily bad faith to shit on Hassan and being unnecessarily good faith to Ethan when Ethan's like undoubtedly in the wrong. It's just like, dude, this sucks. You know, I don't know if there's like a big criticism I can give or whatever, but yeah, I really don't like Nick. I really don't like a lot of the modern commentary stuff. And honestly, I don't think Turkey Tom was like that amazing of a streamer, right? I don't think he was like phenomenal or anything. But yeah, I do wish he was still streaming. I do wish Turkey Tom was still actively streaming, actively live streaming, because I feel like Turkey Tom, at least a good chunk of the time, there have been times that I've seen him be like bad faith or just be retarded on his streams. You know, obviously the Mr. Creepypasta thing, I believe, where he just didn't give a fuck to cover it correctly and basically said the guy was innocent, even though he sexted a 12-year-old. Regardless, a good chunk of the time, Turkey Tom's like reasonable and has solid takes, I remember, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, I wish there were more bigger streamers that were able to kind of conflict the popular takes, right? Like Augie disagrees with Nick. I would love Augie to go live and voice his opinions, because unfortunately the way it works is a lot of commentary people are just going to kind of follow the streamer, right? So a lot of commentary people just side with Willie Mac or side with Nick Diorio or side with Chud Logic. Not that I disagree with anything, you know, Chud Logic's saying particularly, but with the Willie Mac shit, when Augie decided to debate Nick, you saw a notable shift in the way people viewed it, right? Like, yeah, Willie Mac's video did kind of suck. It wasn't everyone, right? It wasn't everyone that was doing this. But yeah, there was a notable shift, and it sucks that it's like that. But 1000%, I would love to see Augie go live and talk about the Ethan shit. I think that would be super cool. Right? Rezi, thank you for the raid. Smile, heart emoji, etc. That's a flock, and I am not happy. I am not happy with your conduct, Cats a Flockin'. All right. Where is this? Where is this, Cats a Flockin'? Where did you? This terrible shit ass video, cats a flockin'. I scroll down. I watch this terrible video where he doesn't even get this story right. He lies about Liam Donovan. He lies about lyrics. I go into the comments, and who's in here? Who's in these comments giving this guy a 20 Canadian? Cats a flockin'. Who is this guy? Who is the guy doing this? Who is this? It's you, motherfucker, okay? You're fucked up. You're fucked up. You're fucked up for supporting this dog shit, bottom of the barrel content. Dan Frampton? This guy's like retarded and gay, okay? This guy sucks, and he's retarded and gay, all right? All right, let's get back to the video. If it'll play. Justice for Erica.
Ironically, however, you were pretty chill, but that's probably because you were recording. Interesting how that works.
He seems to be able to try and keep a level tone, but if you notice, when he gets excited, his voice immediately jumps up, the volume jumps up, he starts rocking back and forth, he gets very stressed, very high energy, and I fully believe he did fight with her.
I also want to mention just how rude and wrong it was for you to come after my ADHD stimming.
Dude. Okay, 30 minutes. I'm writing that down, right? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Dude. What? Oh my God, dude. WADHD stimming.
I have a severe case of ADHD. I've medicated for it, but yeah, I stim. Sometimes I twitch my foot.
You got a Discord? Yeah, the Discord's
Sometimes
pretty
I play
bad.
with my hand.
I don't use it a lot. I'll post a link in chat. I'm not a big community guy. I would like to have a community, but it requires like a lot of moderation, and I just don't want to put in the work or find like good mods for moderation. But yeah, it's mostly for like topic suggestions or updates on like main channel content, and like calling in if you have a disagreement or argument or whatever. There's not an insane... The Discord's dead. The Discord's like retarded. The Discord's like retarded and dead, okay? Bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel is what the Mrow Discord is right now, all right?
Sometimes it's verbal, sometimes I rock back and forth. That's not something I can really help. I can't control it. It's like 24/7. It's something I cannot control. And for you to try to tie it with some crazy...
This is so fucking gay. Oh my God. Great sell. True. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Actually, speaking of which, all right, where is evil music? Should we do this? A murder most Mrow. You. Chat turns to see a figure emerge from the darkness. It was a PC tower. Impossible, chat gasps. I'm innocent. The PC tower shakes in defiance. You may deny it, PC tower, but there is no one else it could be. The PC tower throws a piece of paper onto the floor. There is my proof. The detective approaches and picks up the paper. It was a Geek Squad PC repair receipt. Dated, the day Mrow died. No that's impossible. That's a light flickered on the detective, catches it with the corner of his eye. The detective turns, and what he saw was a white folding table, and sitting upon it was... Whoa. The end. Fuck. W comic. Okay, listen, the Mrow subreddit, the Mrow community, amazing stuff we're birthing here. Okay, guys, truly. Wow, he showed a video of him being a dysfunctional retard as a kid. Why would we give a fuck? True. True.
The accusation, that is just so rude and bad faith. It's like Alex Jones level conspiracy number 2. That is so screwed up, Maddie. Them making fun of my ADHD is just the tip of the iceberg with these people.
Wasn't there one more pick? Is there more posts? A Purple Perry gaming stream is no. This is a. There's like this. We miss you, Mr. Ow. W. Yeah, he has said bad faith a fuck ton in this video. He does not know what the term means. It is very annoying.
People and making fun of
there we
mental
go.
illness.
Jesus.
They have been ruthless against autistic people, people with mental illness, including depression, anxiety, suicidality, BPD, and they just act like it's fine, and they find their reasons to justify this behavior.
Anne is his 16-year-old friend who was talking to Crexa.
They're rude to autistic people.
That is how this call started.
Here we come to some patronization and more lies. So now, Anne and Crexa were not talking about their mutual abuse from me. This was a planned effort to stir the pot and catch Crexa and more lies, which we did. How do you think I got 2 recordings of Crexa before one of them leaked? I was there. I was commentating in the background for one of them. I was listening. We were stirring the pot. This was to catch Crexa in lies. You know this. I stated in my video. It's been known. She talks about it herself. Here you go patronizing Anne as well. She's 17. Why are you so hard-pressed to change that? For this group of people who's so obsessed with stalking teenagers, you guys should know her age by now. Oh, by the way, just in case there was any doubt, this doesn't even fit their fake timeline that they made up. According to Allie's little timeline here, me and Anne hadn't even met up. Allie hadn't even had the opportunity to allege something weird happened between me and her. This doesn't match her timeline. This call was recorded way before, so how could they be talking about mutual abuse? You've just been caught in yet another lie.
In addition to this, if you go ahead and look at a lot of statistics
W.
for domestic
W,
violence,
Cameron.
it takes 7 times on average for the victim to leave the situation.
She's the one who made violent threats against me. I didn't make a single violent threat against her. I felt in danger in my own house, which is why I kicked her out. What's the lie?
I might go get some food. Do you guys want to hear me eat on stream? Is that his Cyberpunk gameplay? I'm assuming so. You guys want to hear me fill my big belly on stream? Here, let's do this. Poll. Start a poll. Do I munch and crunch and gorge on stream? All right, some community involvement. Let's get some community involvement in chat, guys. Come on.
Logic of me calling the cops if I knew I abused her. She was the threat.
He actually sent you her nudes? What the hell is wrong with him? Jane then responds, showed me Crex's nudes and nitpicked her, literally. Everything about her. Like, everything. He's so mean. Why would he ever think I'd want to have sex with him after that? Literally, ew.
I never sent her nudes around. Point blank, and you'll never see that. I wouldn't be surprised if Allie wanted that to be a point of her video. Ding, 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 ding. This is actually the correct answer, allegedly. So my question is, what kind of evidence, if any, has been fabricated?
Order Indian food? Maybe for a goal I would. Let me see if there's any Indian places near me. If there are, I'll do a goal. That could be funny. Indian. Ah, they're closed. Fuck it all, man. Fuck it all. No Indian food. No Indian food. And it's like an hour away. So listen, I'm not sure about this Indian food situation we have going on. I don't know if there's a possible I don't know if there's a possible Indian food situation we can go with. I'm sorry. You should learn how to cook Indian food. I don't know, maybe I'll get I would rather get like an Indian friend to cook for me. I need to get like an Indian friend to cook Indian food for me. I don't think I have the resources to cook Indian food.
Conspiring that you are an abusive person.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Like, saying...
So they're trying to fake evidence.
I'm to exchange black women for Indian women. You people are disgusting. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Against me. Have you been involved?
Yes.
You don't feel under any pressure right now?
Extremely pressured.
To do what?
So, like,
I'm not trying to
hide stuff and be sneaky with Allie, because, like, I don't want to upset her. She was there for me, and then she wasn't there for me.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
Smatic.
completely
Jesus
made
Christ.
up, and I'm pretty sure Ellie was the one behind it. Again, there still isn't any proof of me doing this. That's not your evidence. We're not even started with what Allie has done.
With what Allie's done.
Criminal.
Oh, it's like an ARG.
Allie is the one who started the rape allegations to begin with, not Anne. You will see this later in the video. So no matter what, the whole revenge porn narrative is false. Number one, it would have been screenshotted. Come on. You're telling me this same girl who you guys think is some crazy mastermind wouldn't screenshot and prove her point if she was so angry like she claims to be in the screenshot? I don't think so. And there's no proof that I did, and you'll never see any
So
proof that I
true.
did. It just didn't happen straight up. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to fake it though, now. This is also like one of her longest points in this video. It goes on for minutes. You know what? I just caught something. Like I said earlier, how the timelines don't match. This call where Crex is claiming I shared revenge porn of her, and then all of a sudden the evidence happens in these messages, which are dated after the call happened.
I didn't even know there was a revenge porn thing. Oh. Oh. No, there was. I don't know if I have a clip that I can show you, but I showed in my video. In his response. Dude, it's so retarded. In his response, he says, "Oh, you mean this revenge porn?" And then he shows a video that he's claiming is the revenge porn. He shows it uncensored and is like, "Oh, she asked me to delete it. Good thing I didn't, so I could show it to you now." It's so, like, insanely, ungodly, fucking insane. Huh? 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 What? Huh? So fucking crazy, dude.
Which doesn't really add up. From what I understand, this is the first time Anne actually brings up sex in any conversations about me. That infamous call that I referenced where the timelines don't align is that same call where Crexa told Anne to, quote unquote, get evidence of me soliciting her. Which, by the way, again, isn't mentioned anywhere in their video. They don't talk about it. They dismiss it. I'm gonna keep playing it so that they can't ignore it. And I saw that the date of the footage where Crexa was telling you to go get evidence of me. Also, that was also the same call where she first alleged that I was sharing revenge porn of her. The next day, these messages are here of you and Allie talking about me, sending you Crex's nudes and a bunch of stuff that never happened.
So, yeah, the screenshot, they're flipped by a day. So I talked to them about the revenge porn, and then I made this statement that you had sent me it.
And that's their only proof of me doing revenge porn, so was it Allie's doing?
I'm gonna be real with you. I screenshot everything, like, and when I say everything, I mean everything.
Yeah.
I record all the time.
Yeah. And
I would have screenshotted it.
of course you would have.
That's all.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the early efforts to get evidence. Just a game theory.
You have this evidence.
There's a game theory.
That's it. If you don't have this evidence, go get it. I don't know. Make up. You're gonna do whatever, but get screenshots of him soliciting you for sex. Send that hard evidence.
What the fuck?
Message IDs. I don't know. Play it smart.
Okay.
And then you never, ever have to
Past Cameron has provided a fake police report to Anne to try and clear his name.
So no shocker here, we got another lie. She tries to say that this police report was fake or that there was a different one that was shown to Crex.
Okay, this is good. We got to go back a little bit.
If you don't
Here
have
it
this evidence,
is. Here's another big one.
so get it. I don't know.
Let's
make
see.
Make
Okay.
up you're gonna do whatever, but get screenshots of him soliciting you for sex. Okay. Send that hard evidence.
What the fuck?
Message IDs. I don't know. Play it smart.
Okay.
And then you never, ever have to
Past Cameron has provided a fake police report.
Okay, 36, 32, 36, 30. 36. Cameron be talking about the police report. Okay. So. I'm curious. I'm curious about the specifics to this, what he's going to say.
To try and clear his name.
So no shocker here, we got another lie. She tries to say that this police report was fake or that there was a different one that was shown to Crexa. That's not true. The original one that was shown to Crexa by Anne was the actual police report. It just also included the first 2 pages and the records requested.
Wait! Oh! Wait! Wait, he shows it uncensored! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He shows it fully uncensored! Hold up. He shows the report fully uncensored, showing that he did indeed censor it himself. Ah. Dude, and he fucking lies about this. Where is the clip? I have it in my phone. I fucking saved that shit. Where is this? Where is this? Oh my god, dude.
Cameron, content cop items. There's a funny aspect here I want to give a shout out.
There's hype. I'm not going to get it day
Why
one.
did you fabricate your report to the authorities and then hide all the replies regarding this on your newest tweets?
Okay, first of all, retard. I didn't. That's a lie. I didn't fabricate my Freedom of Information report with redacted information that I couldn't see. I don't know how anybody else got unredacted information. So I just got it from the Freedom of Information Act.
What?
I had replies because...
Wait, he doesn't know how people got unredacted, and he doesn't know? He doesn't understand? He doesn't get it? Does he not understand?
Because these people are bad faith malicious actors.
They're bad faith
like
malicious
yourself.
actors.
So you can go fuck off. Thank you. Thanks, mods. Eat my asshole, lick it, lick the starfish, and enjoy that. Okay? Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day.
How possibly? How could anyone? How could anyone? How could anyone have gotten the uncensored report? Oh my god. Okay. What a bumbling fucking retard. Legitimately, what a stupid fuck. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy's hyper intelligent. Holy shit.
That I made. You can actually see the full DMs right here. Either way, great effort to try to cover up for Ali and Nazo.
Where have I lied before about the situation? I literally could not have, because I never spoke of it publicly. So, not only is this just a blatant lie, show me where I've lied, by the way, in this video. I'd love to see it.
You have lied all throughout this video.
And yet, you have yet to show that. You've tried to some degrees of success in your little echo chamber, but otherwise you've failed pretty.
Your echo chamber? It's a video. How is that an echo? Okay.
Miserably. You see, there's a good
Wow,
old saying called one lie.
I believe that is the section titled, Or no, Crexa. So about 30 minutes from now, we'll see another bit about Crexa.
Leads to another. And that's all you guys do. You lie and lie, and you'll continue to. I'm sure you'll try to in response to this video. The difference is I'm done responding to you guys. Talk to a brick wall. Good luck.
You have lied all throughout this video. I know you're gonna claim I cut a lot of context.
I love this right here. Maddie, you're not playing 4D chess. You can't just say, he's gonna say I'm gonna do this, because that you know that's the thing you're doing, and expect that to negate any point I make. No, you are cutting context. You're lying. Your community is full of degenerates.
Who would cut God, dude, who would cut context? You would have to be severely, you know, evil. You'd have to be some sort of evil freak. Some sort of evil freak to cut context. Surely. You would have to be so like evil and freakish, etc., 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 to cut context? Oh my goodness. Jesus. Bleak, dude.
Degenerates who have a history of lying, something I will be talking in the latter half of this video. And I encourage my audience, go listen to everything, and then come back and rewatch my 2 videos. You'll see no big important context was cut out. You're cutting context. You're lying. It's really clear.
If you insist, buddy.
You can kick someone out.
Wait, hold on. Wait, did I just hear that? What did he say just then?
But otherwise, you failed pretty miserably. You see, there's a good old saying called one lie leads to another. And that's all you guys do. You lie and lie, and you'll continue to. I'm sure you'll try to in response to this video. The difference is I'm done responding to you guys. Talk to a brick wall. Good luck.
You have lied all throughout this video. I know you're gonna claim I cut a lot of context.
I love this right here. Maddie, you're not playing 4D chess. You can't just say, he's gonna say I'm gonna do this, because that you know that's the thing you're doing, and expect that to negate any point I make. No, you are cutting context. You're lying. Your community is full of degenerates who have a history of lying, something I will be talking in the latter half of this video. And I encourage my audience, go listen to everything, and then come back and rewatch my 2 videos. You'll see no big important context was cut out. You're cutting context. You're lying. It's really clear.
Cameron, buddy. You can kick someone out before they're ready to move out, even if they're prepping to.
Okay, I thought there was like a bombshell there. I might have missed something. Never mind.
Kicked her out before she willingly left and found her own place.
Maddie, buddy, you just
I admit
contradicted what you said
that
earlier
is
in the
a
video.
retarded criticism to make.
She has now decided to be homeless instead of staying with Cameron, so she has left.
I was not comfortable with her staying here anymore.
Yeah,
I
if he
tried to
wants to
give her
kick
the
her out, he
courtesy
can
to
kick her
find
out.
a
I
place
don't
to
care
stay,
that
but
much.
I could not handle it anymore.
Communities were starting.
I mean, we can argue if that kicking out was just. We can argue if, you know, that kicking out was, you know, you know, an act of abuse, an act of coercion, etc. Right? You can definitely argue stuff like that. But no, like at a baseline, do I care that she was kicked out? No, it does indeed seem like she was relatively manic. Whether that was just or not, like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine if she was kicked out, I think. I don't really care that much. You know? Do I care? No, I don't think I do. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't care. I don't care if she was kicked out. Ultimately, it's your house. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I think it was an act of abuse. But like, I obviously I don't have like a personal fucking investment or anything, right?
Bring to censor her posts as well.
Since Jane and whatever the heck you want to call her at this point deleted her Reddit account, I am unable to pull up a current mod log. However, there are still some screenshots that exist from what was actually going on at the time, so I'm just going to put those on screen. I don't even see a point in defending ourselves because the screenshots speak for themselves.
Yes, Maddie, the screenshots will speak for themselves. More on this in a bit.
All information that has been released has been previously consented to be released or has been found publicly on the internet. There has been no deception done here.
Oh, there's been no deception, huh? Okay.
So they actually banned me from having access to the Google Drive because I had my friends DM them and make a group chat so I could call them out for the stuff they put in there.
There has been no deception.
Is that deception? This guy doesn't know the term, like, this guy doesn't know what fucking words mean. Oh my god. Fuck you. This guy's retarded.
Done here.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about this.
There has been no deception done here. So, I believe you just had a birthday. You are now probably 17. When are you gonna grow up? You're acting like a toddler, you're throwing temper tantrums online, you're failing all your classes, you're meeting up with adults online to have sex with them.
Then she tries to use fake screenshots that have already been addressed and continues to
Fake
push a
screenshots.
narrative.
I mean, they're not fake. I'll write this timestamp down. I'll write the timestamp down for this, but they're not fake. They're not fake. 3940. 39. I don't know. Does he think they're fake? Was he told they were fake? Is he maliciously lying? I don't know. I don't know if I'll include it in my video for that reason. I can't be like sure, right? But yeah, that is incorrect information he's spreading there, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Okay.
That didn't exist, and use photos of me and Anne hanging out as a way to make me look bad. Okay.
They even say in the video that they don't remember the context. I don't know what context there could.
I'll say it right now. We did remember the context. She remembered it, so did I. We just didn't address it because Anne was worried about being harassed by people like you.
And I can't leave.
What does this guy think harassment means?
I'm not home, and then they freak out about stuff because they're always calling in. People are always calling in saying something.
Again, this is about something. This is about you calling CPS on her. This is so retarded. This call is about her freaking out that you called CPS on her. Okay, whatever.
So I bet they have a huge file on me that I'm like a flight risk and stuff because of all the reports they get. But I'm not, and I don't want to get in any trouble for anything. I don't know what to do. I'm not being abused.
She's been dealing with fake reports for months. She's been being harassed for months. She did not want to deal with this harassment any further. This is well documented and you will hear it yourself. That's
yeah,
the
you're a
reason
mental
I
health
originally
professional,
did not
Green.
address it in my video. However, I don't care anymore. Anyways, with this horrible video out the way, let's get into this call. I did record a lot of my calls with her around this time, mainly because she was coming off of what she had described as a manic episode and was making extreme over-exaggerations about a situation that did happen in private. Because of this, people went to the public and made outright false claims about me. On top of that, it didn't help that she was trying to stir the pot with some tweets she was making, which caused people to make certain implications about what she was saying to make me look awful. This is a situation that has been taken way out of context, to the point where a lot of the things being said about me are just false. Either way, I was trying to cover my bases. I wanted to stay calm, make sure she was okay. I was worried about her, but at the same time, I didn't want to upset her further.
I'm getting a
She's already
bagel.
been going through a lot, and I spoke out of line when I shouldn't have.
I have leftovers. Give me I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Okay, it's very late and I'm hungry. I'm not at dinner, dude. I'm like excited. I'm like pumped now. I want to talk to someone. I'm gonna tell someone about this, but everyone's asleep. It's very late.
Beforehand, and that's what caused this in the first place. Around this time, Anne was dealing with a lot of people making fake reports about her to the police, and it was affecting her real life a whole lot. Now that people were believing these things being said about me, she was concerned about any more police attention, and she had been asking me if I thought the police would pursue anything or if she would have anything to worry about based on the fake reports people were probably going to make because of this. And I was saying from a legal standpoint, no, based on the idea of us having sex, because it would not have been illegal. That had nothing to do with rape, nor is it me admitting to anything. Now, what is later brought up is her and I were hanging out. We were having a good time, and I had picked her up, not...
Wait. No shot. Is he talking about that audio clip? No. Okay. Okay. At like 42 minutes.
Reports people were probably going to make because of this. And I was saying from a legal standpoint, no, based
here
on
we
the
go.
idea of us having sex, because it would not have.
I have never heard him address. This is the first time I'm hearing him actually address this clip before like recent times. Okay. Should we listen to the actual like the Diesel video really quick?
In August of 2014. A year ago.
It's in the Google Doc. At the very end, there's a Vocaroo link.
He said that you did nothing wrong?
Well, in a legal standpoint.
It's so cool. I don't know if I can boost the. I'd have to boost the audio. Whatever. You guys know what clip we're talking about. Okay, let's play this.
Have been illegal. That had nothing to do with rape, nor is it me admitting to anything. Now, what is later brought up is her and I were hanging out. We were having a good time, and I had picked her up not knowing that was something that she didn't like. And when I felt her, like, I guess hitting me, I put her down, and I had no idea that she didn't like something like that. The moment I had registered in my head that this was uncomfortable for her, that she wanted to be put down, and she had like said stop, because sometimes I noticed that it can be hard for her to get her words out, I put her down, and I was scared, and I felt horrible. I wanted to make sure she was okay. I did not hear the word stop, and until I did, I put you down. And I feel bad about it. But that's between us, and that's not going to be public.
But you can't just act like you didn't do anything wrong.
That's the first thing I said to you. Like, like you said, I didn't do anything wrong in the sense of, like, anything illegal. And I, you know, in regards to the idea of us having sex. And that's all I was talking about. Not that between, that's why I said obviously between us. I know I made mistakes. I still feel really bad about it. I want to be better with boundaries and social skills, and I feel like when...
I don't know if you guys caught this. He doesn't mention the parking lot. He doesn't mention the car. When he was on Aiden's, I believe, when he repeats this story, he says they were in a parking lot, and then he picked her up while hugging her, where Jelly is saying that he picked her up in terms of like trying to give her oral sex, right? So these are very different, and he does not mention the parking lot here. He does not mention the parking lot here. So that is a new story that he is inventing. This is not a consistent thing that he's telling.
Things like that happened, I take 10 steps back and I feel bad about it. And I'm working on that still. I constantly work on it. It's something I'm extremely anxious and insecure about, and I'm always working on it. I was so worried. I was like, are you okay? What's going on? What's wrong? And she had even said to me after, Cam, it's okay, you didn't know. I say this in the call, which again doesn't pertain to rape. What they have done is they have tried to interpret this call as me admitting that I had picked her up and raped her and had sex with her and wouldn't put her down and all the other kinds of things. I have said this since day one, and I'll say it again. I never raped her. There was no rape. And that call, I didn't admit to anything illegal, any rape. What I did admit to in that call was making a mistake with her in private that had nothing to do with any rape or anything like that. When I literally verbatim say, I messed up, but I did nothing illegal. Not to mention, you could hear me later on in this call talk about the idea in regards to the idea before saying anything about sex. You can hear me discuss this with Anne in a private call that she didn't exactly know was being recorded, but I have to play it. I'm in a corner. I have no choice. I'm sorry. I have no choice.
They're so vague with this stuff so that they investigate it all.
Okay, hold on. I believe he's also using this call poorly. 4430.
Fine.
I picked you up, and they're trying to make that sexual. I literally I didn't know you didn't like being picked up. I put you down. It's not sexual.
I had like a Spurg freak out, and they're acting like I had a rational response.
And that it had nothing to do with sex, and I did something that made you uncomfortable. That's accurate, and it's okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Alright. Yeah, no, I'm sorry about all this, because, like, while I can be mopey and sad about people accusing me of rape, you gotta remember, they're also accusing you of being raped. Like, they're also...
I know, and it pisses me off, because I'm tired of being a victim in every single situation.
You know, and I'm gonna talk about how I picked you up, but people are trying to say that I raped you. People are trying to say that that was me raping you.
Like, you say that you, like, physically lifted me up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I lifted you up, and I didn't know that that was something you did that you didn't like, and I felt awful about it immediately, and I still feel bad about it, and it made you uncomfortable. I'm gonna own that, but I never raped you. That was not, that had nothing, that wasn't about anything like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back
I'm
a bit.
sorry about all this, because, like, while I can be mopey and sad about people accusing me of rape, you gotta remember, they're also accusing you of being raped. Like, they're also...
I know, and it pisses me
You're
off,
raped,
because
bitch.
I'm tired of being a victim in every single situation.
You know, and I'm gonna talk about how I picked you up, but people are trying to say that I raped you. People are trying to say that that was me raping you.
Like, you say that you, like, physically lifted me up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I lifted you up, and I didn't know that that was something you did that you didn't like, and I felt awful about it immediately, and I still feel bad about it, and it made you uncomfortable. I'm gonna own that, but I never raped you. That was not, that had nothing, that wasn't about anything like that. Now you might be wondering, how did a simple misunderstanding between two people turn into rape allegations? That's a great question. I don't know. Ask the group of degenerates stalking two teenagers trying to ruin their lives. They are trying to
Well, it came out because she alleged that you assaulted her initially, right?
twist this into something it isn't. They have tried to say this is an admission. They have tried to do everything they can to make this their definitive evidence. She herself, even when we had each other blocked and weren't talking, said publicly many times that I didn't rape her. They need to understand the definition of rape, and they don't listen. They just continue to silence her. There's one other part that I also need to address in this call, where
I feel like he's being bad faith here too. Again, I don't know if this feels nitpicky, so whatever. There's another thing here. Like, yeah, by definition, that's not rape. It's like, at the worst, it's like sexual assault, right? It's like, yeah, you did not rape anybody, but you did seem to, if she's being honest, you know, try to assault her. Right? You tried to have sex with her when she did not want you to. It's like, yeah, if she's going around saying it's not rape, he's, you know, whatever, like, yeah, that's technically true because you did not forcibly penetrate her, right?
say towards the end that this should be handled in private and should stay private. I agree with what I said there. I didn't want them to take this out of context, out of proportion. And mind you, from what I understand, this was supposed to stay private. This wasn't shared publicly by Anne. It was shared by Anne and it got to the public eye. But I don't think she intended for that to happen. Maybe she did. I don't know. Maybe I have wishful thinking. This was a situation that I knew people would take out of context or blow up, or maybe she would get mad at me one day.
I don't know anything about any forceful fingering, Killinger.
And take it out of context and blow it up. I did not want things to get worse in any way, shape, or form. I was so close to finally being able to be free and move on with my life. I had no idea the extent that they would try to twist this. They blew my mind with that one. I had no idea that they were going to try to turn this into some rape allegation. That thought hadn't even crossed my mind. I apologize for what happened between me and her, and I have many times, and I still feel bad about it. But I have nothing to apologize for me wanting that situation to be kept private, because It should have been kept private. It's worth noting that they completely cut out the end of this call where I say that, yes, I did make a mistake in terms of boundaries. Me and her were close. I was sad that I wasn't going to see her for a while. We had been through a lot together, and it sucked. And when she asked me if I did anything wrong, I said yes in terms of boundaries being broken. That's not an admission. And when I say no, in regards to the idea of us having sex, I would have done nothing illegal. That's it. There is no admission there. My last point about this call that I think I should mention is that if this really was some confrontation, some admission, her confronting me about these things, about my abuse or rape or whatever, why didn't she say that outright? She didn't. Why was there no report made? She's done that to people who have...
What is this? We know that being a victim of a crime is difficult. As a victim, you have served rights. You are the right to tell us how you feel about what happened to you. The enclosed victim impact statement can help you. I don't even know what this is. Charges. Photograph, film, depict, computer sex act, and child pornography. Huh?
Done horrible things to her in the past. Why not me? Let me answer the question for you, because it didn't happen. Although she did report the higher-ups of Arosana and Ali MCC for spreading CP of her. So, have fun with that.
Feds were like asking me a lot of questions about them, and I was able...
Looks like a fit. Well, I don't think that's fake. Seems just like a very generic document. It doesn't seem fake. Even if it is fake, there's no way we could prove that, right? It's like proving a negative. You would have to come out and say that it's like a fake document. Like it's probably real. Who cares? It's fine.
To completely obliterate them because the stuff that they had is documented CP. So like it would immediately, they would be
Right.
under some fire for it. And like the stalking and all that and leaking my full name.
The last thing from Maddie Nolan that I'd like to address is a video that Maddie Nolan decided to upload right before I had the chance to even release my response video. You decided to claim that I'm a thief, that I steal music. And your first example was of a song that I made that interpolated a different song. I need you.
Dude. Okay.
Run right back to me. Oh, run right back to me.
Let's fucking go.
Run right back to me.
You know, you could have just checked the description of the original upload. You could have checked the Genius page that took information from the distributor and publisher. Unfortunately, a fair few pages like that don't automatically update all the time, but this one does. I have connections thanks to my school that helped me get access to samples that I can clear. The song was an interpolation of a previous song already made, and it was allowed. It was cleared. And you didn't reach out to even check on that. The other examples that you used were from an album created in 2020, deleted within the same month, that I made as a partial joke and during a manic episode. Also,
You made a song during a you made run right. Hold on.
Page that took
What?
information from the distributor and publisher. Unfortunately, a fair few pages like that don't automatically update all the time, but this one does. I have connections thanks to my school that helped me get access to samples that I can clear. The song was an interpolation of a previous song already made, and it was allowed. It was cleared. And you didn't reach out to even check on that. The other examples that you used were from an album created in 2020, deleted within the same month, that I made as a partial joke and during a manic episode.
What is he even talking about? There's one song. I don't know if it's still up. He might have taken it down at this point.